The sun setting over the busy metropolis of Houston, Texas. And that's where we're coming to you from tonight. Welcome aboard, everybody. This is Wednesday Night Basketball of the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge joins us from the sideline. DA, it's all yours.
Well, guys, we know that the Rockets begin and end with the offensive wizardry of James Harden, the league's MVP in 2018. Now, some people have said they don't like watching that style with one player dominating the basketball. But, Kevin, James Harden is that good, that talented, that efficient, and that successful. And playing through him may be the best way for the Rockets to be successful as well.
It's tough to stop. You're right, DA. Thank you. And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now. These, the new power rankings, they tell a great story. You take a look at the Warriors. They couldn't hold their position this week, but remain in the top 10.
And Houston, they've started this year as well as they could have hoped. Playing great basketball, probably exceeding preseason expectations. Now,
Golden State's starting 5. In at forward, it's Thompson and Green. Curry and Russell are the backcourt set, and it's Cauley-Stein in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for the Rockets, Tucker and Capella are up front. Harden and Gordon are out on the wings, and it's Westbrook in at the point guard position.
Well, you know, last season for the Rockets, not as strong as the season prior. 53 wins and 4th seed compared to 65 wins and the #1 seed in 2018. Still face the same fate in the playoffs, though. Not able to overcome the Warriors.
Now here's Westbrook. Pass to Harden. Good. Nice assist from Westbrook.
In addition to his strength, Harden has deceptive quickness. He just has this unique knack to get by whoever's guarding him because he's strong and crafty.
Westbrook against Curry. Over Westbrook. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. Clark, for the Rockets, that was the 4th time in the last 5 years they've lost to the Warriors in the playoffs.
And it's easy to see why this team has become a bit obsessed with beating the Warriors. They've been unable to do it in 4 or 5 meetings. The team is still in a good spot to compete. I think they just need to tweak just a touch to maybe get over the hump.
Just 5 on the clock. Green with the block. And they get it back. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. About a minute played so far here in the first. Now, here is Russell. Playing Portland, he was nearly unstoppable. Thompson outside. Fires the 3. Rebounded by Tucker. Harden against Russell. Harden the pass to Westbrook. Back to Harden. And the turnover again by Houston. They're getting their first look of the season at the Warriors in this one.
And they won the season series last year against this club, but fell to them in the postseason.
And Greg, when it really counted, they came up short. But it's another season and a chance here to gain confidence in this matchup.
And it's Harden with the ball for Houston. Pass to Westbrook. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Well, you knew after the Paul George trade that the Thunder would look to sell on Westbrook as well. Just part of the rebuild at this point. His agent did well to get him to a team looking to compete. A great fit for a player in this stage of Russ's career.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls. And with the departure of KD, the Warriors able to bring in D'Angelo Russell from the Nets in return. Greg, how do you like that fit for Golden State?
You know, offensively, fits the high skill level they're known for. Defensively, it might be tougher. but his youth another positive as their other stars enter their 30s.
And so he's able to get one of two. Clark, you'd think that team chemistry would just improve as the season goes along, but maybe not if you have personality issues in that locker room.
You know, Kevin, it's one of the most fragile elements in team sports. Chemistry, culture, accepting roles, sacrificing your own individual game for the good of the team. And I think it's always a work in progress.
And as a leader, as I know you were when you played, I'm sure you were dealing with those things all season long.
Yeah, you try to lead by example, but also there's opportunity and times when you have to step up and voice what you see that could be detrimental to your team's success.
And the dunk by Capella.
Hey, you got to put a body on Capella. I mean, he's a tenacious offensive rebounder and does a nice job using his body.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Thompson outside. Passes to Cauley Stein. Golden State moving it around. Russell with a wide open look. No good from outside. For Houston, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
A moment now to see the numbers for Green. Last year, getting it done. He was around 7 points a game last year, 7 assists and 7 rebounds. And his playmaking really stands out, making his teammates better offensively with his terrific passing.
Yeah, he's outstanding at controlling the tempo. I mean, keeps the ball moving and, of course, finds the open man.
And it's Westbrook with the ball. He brings it up for the Houston Rockets. Trailing by 2. Here's Harden on the wing. To the inside. And Thompson sends it back. And the jam by Stephen Curry.
And, you know, for a big man, I think Green is one of the better dime droppers in the league. I mean, he's a true point forward who has excellent vision and sees the floor well.
Now here's Westbrook.
Oh, what a finish!
My goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Oh, nasty. This building is stunned. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there.
Boy, I'd love to get a replay on that one. Let's keep it handy so we can see it again.
And so here is Golden State following the score by Houston. Russell kicks to Cauley Stein. They double team Curry. Clock at 4. Here's Green. Outside for Curry. Again, Curry missing. Last outing for the Rockets, it was a loss to Memphis.
Yeah, I mean, on the road, their defense was just overrun. Couldn't match the intensity of the opponent, and it cost them.
And you know what, guys? It just seemed like they never really had the kind of energy necessary. They just weren't comfortable on the defensive end.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
Westbrook passes to Harden. Back to Westbrook. Outside Gordon. And the pass to Tucker. Over Green. The Rockets with another miss.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Warriors leading by 4. Outside Russell. On the wing, Green fires from the corner.
Nice attention to detail on defense. Harden showing he wants to improve on this end of the court.
Westbrook kicks to Gordon. From the arc. That shot misses. The Warriors go the other way with it. Fresh from a win against Portland.
And after that game, it was impressive to look at the box score and see the work they did at the free throw line.
And not only what they did in making them, but what they did to get to the line. I mean, they were constantly in attack mode, driving the lane and drawing fouls.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. Well, whether you love him or hate him, you can't deny that Draymond Green is one of the more unique players in the league.
There really isn't anyone else like Draymond. I mean, who does everything for a team but score. I mean, not only can he play all positions on both ends of the floor, but also to be the emotional leader. Truly a special player.
Thabo Sefolosha has checked in for the Rockets. Harden bounce pass. From 10 feet out. Uses the glass to drop it in.
Yeah, you got to do a lot more than that against Tucker, fellas. He's too big, too strong at times for the defense.
Warriors leading by 4. Russell looking around. Off target with his 3. For Houston, they've gone 4 of 10 shooting the ball here in the first quarter. Here's Westbrook. Here's Tucker, the second effort. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. They get Stephen Curry.
You know, starting out in the D-League, then bouncing around the international circuit, Tucker took the long, hard road to get here.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
They've set the first half tone by getting out on the fast break and getting the defenders on their heels.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
That's good from Tucker. And if there was ever a definition of a glue guy, Greg, it would be P.J. Tucker. He's so valuable to his team.
You know, P.J. gives you production in every way, and his impact really goes beyond the stats. All the little things that coaches want their players to do, that's really the motto of Tucker's game.
Both free throws good from Tucker. Clark, I have sat next to you doing these games for years. What's prevented you from taking a coaching position at some level? Because I hear you talk, I'm thinking you'd be a perfect coach.
Well, a couple of things. One, coaching never lets up. It's always on you, and I've come to enjoy the fact that I can be fully immersed as a broadcaster and work with great guys like you and others, and then have a period of time where I don't have to be immersed in basketball, and I've enjoyed that. And I also haven't trained or prepared to be a coach because it is demanding in terms of the hours that you have to put in. And I've got a little more job security, I think, in the role that I serve as an analyst as opposed to what might happen if I did try to be a coach.
You've got all the security in the world, believe me. Now here's Harden. Puts one up from 19. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Here's Thompson. Lays it up and banks it in. And now it's an 8-point Warrior lead.
He's somebody that's really comfortable carrying the offensive load.
Westbrook scanning the floor. Pass to Capella. And stolen by Cauley Stein. The dish to Russell. Some nice passing by Golden State here. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. That one, no good. Nice D from Russell. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. That's his first foul. Kevon Looney is checked in for the Warriors. Burks comes in for D'Angelo Russell. And it's Thompson with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Warriors. 8-point game. Here's Curry. In the hoop for his 4th field goal. 4 for 7 shooting and looking for more.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Timeout called, the Rockets.
And, you know, guys, you look at the Rockets, they've been in the midst of a great championship window. A lot of teams have been trying to avoid going for titles against the Warriors. The Rockets have been in win-now mode, very aggressive in trying to get to the top.
Well, while we have a second, let's go to the 2K leaderboard for a list of the league's top shooters from last season. Second is Clint Capella.
Put the ball in the bucket. I mean, that's the name of the game, right? I mean, just ask him. He'll have the answer for you.
Here's Westbrook. And Clark, you have to admire the Rockets for not shying away from the challenge of keeping up with a great team like Golden State.
Yeah, I have great respect for the Rockets, guys, because they've come as close as any team in the West to knocking off the Warriors. You know, they took them to a Game 7 and also had a chance in last season's playoffs when KD was injured I think you've got to admire their competitive spirit and not backing down.
Right, you're right, Coach. Warriors leading by 8. Curry fires from way outside. Misses the 3. The Rockets shooting 36% in this first quarter, trying to get their bearings. Harden outside. Pass to Westbrook. Three-pointer. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. And now it's only a 5-point Warrior lead.
You know, Harden will burn you when you overcommit and leave guys open. He's excellent at sensing when you're out of position.
The Warriors shooting it well so far today, guys. They've connected on 48% of their shots. Curry, good.
Monster quarter for him. He's put the team on his back, trying to carry them to the W.
Outside Westbrook. Harden outside. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And with all the accolades that James Harden has accumulated in his career, Clark, the one thing missing is a championship ring.
And, you know, there's no guarantees for however great you are individually that you'll win a championship. We've got a lot of great players that weren't able to get that done. But, you know, when you think about it, that's one thing that's keeping him from being in the all-time great shooting guard conversation in the eyes of some. Team success is critically important. Championships add to your resume, but I think at the end of the day, when you maximize your individual contributions, that should be worth something in terms of your recognition and accolades.
The first free throw is good.
Well, a lot of players can get hot, but nobody can match Harden when he gets locked in. The way he can create space and drill shots from deep, really impossible to guard.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Tyson Chandler. He's checked in for Clint Capella. Daniel House comes in for P.J. Tucker. And it's Austin Rivers in for Russell Westbrook. And with Harden, he not only gets hot for a game, but stays hot, Greg, for longer periods of time.
And you saw that last year with his streak of 30 and 40-point games. For weeks, he can dominate and really frustrate defenses, and there isn't anything you can do about it.
Here is Harden after Alec Burks has scored. The feed to Chandler. They swipe it. And here we go. Fast break. Curry's got it. Burks in the corner. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. And now it's an 11-point Warrior lead. Harden against Burks. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. Clark, we know you have great passion for the game of basketball. Any passions that our fans may not know about?
Yeah, I enjoy golf. I'm an avid reader, as you well know, Kevin. We actually share book titles on occasion. Obviously, food is universal, and there's nothing I turn down. I try to eat certain things in moderation.
Take a break.
But I enjoy board games, too.
2 shots.
In terms of sports, I'm a fan of football, both college and pro. Enjoy playing golf, and board games and reading probably are what occupy my time.
And the first one drops.
And, you know, after being a 6th man during the beginning of his career, Harden has blossomed into a big-time star. He's a top-tier combo guard in this league now.
Omari Spellman has come in for the Warriors. And both free throws good for James Harden.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Outside Curry. From deep 3-point range. Rebounded by Cephalosha. Rockets trail by 9. Lobbed up there for Chandler. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
You know, the athletic game of Chandler helps tremendously. He's awesome at flying up to complete alley-oops.
1:36 left in the first quarter. Curry against Rivers. Looney passes to Curry. Over Chandler. Here's Looney. And the rebound goes to the Rockets.
Well, he's much better than that. Really no excuse for missing that lay-in.
Here is Harden. He has 6. He kicks to Rivers. A three-pointer off the mark. Warriors leading by 7. Here's Burks. Rebounded by Cephalosha. With some arc. Harden, no good.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
It's tipped, and so it looks like the Warriors will retain possession here. Gerald Green, he's checked in for James Harden. There's 42 seconds left in the first. Burks kicks to Curry. Shot clock at 6. Down low. Chandler with the steal. Burks with the steal. And Curry with the stuff.
Boy, Curry is so creative and efficient, and when he gets hot and gets going, he rains down points and baskets on the defense.
Now Green passes it to Rivers for 3, and he got that one up in time but doesn't go in. And so it's the Golden State Warriors ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They've set the tone. They love their tempo. They're going to be very tough to stop. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. All the great Golden State Warrior scorers. Draymond Green spoke about feeding the hot hand.
I think there are times where one of the guys needs to take more shots, and sometimes where we can be a little bit too unselfish. You know, if one guy thinks, hey, man, I'm taking too many shots, let me get someone else involved. But if you got it going, we all want you to shoot.
Well, why not? Green knows that, Greg, if you're in the zone, keep firing.
And with his unselfishness and vision, Green more often than not is the one setting the table.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And the Warriors, guys, what jumps out to you in this game, stats-wise?
Well, they use the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And, you know, for them guys, it's all about tempo. Keep the pressure on and do so as much as possible.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Setting the floor for the Warriors. We've got Alec Burks. He's out there with Curry. Robinson is out there with Looney. And it's Spellman in at the 4. Now Green after the missed 3 from Stephen Curry. Outside House. And it's Looney with the rebound. Looney's got his 4th rebound in this one. And Robinson wide open. He shoots. And the 3 off target.
All the time in the world to get that one off.
Green against Burks. Green, the pass to Cephalosha. Beyond the arc. It's rebounded by Golden State. Looney's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Here's Rivers. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Rivers against Curry. And the Warriors miss again.
You know, after making 1 3 in the first quarter, he's had none here so far in the second. Well, you know, for so long, Mike D'Antoni has been a vanguard on NBA offense. His teams have always played great offense, moving, spacing, dynamic players. Defense has not been at the level of offense, but I think he's actually improved as a coach in that area as well. Hey, how about imagining if they were hitting their shots, how big the lead could be? But so far, that's not been the case.
Green deciding where to go with it. Kicks it to Rivers. Clock at 6. That one's in there. The Warrior lead is cut down now to just 3 on the basket from Chandler. And Clark, part of it for D'Antoni is that he is delegating defensive duties.
Yeah, and I like that, Kevin. He's made sure to have a defensive coordinator on his staff, delegating that role and responsibility. He thinks and knows that his team is better off that way.
Here's Looney, still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Back to Burks. In the corner, it's Robinson. They could use a bucket. Rebounded by Cephalosha. Cephalosha's got 5 rebounds tonight.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the boards, we're certainly seeing the effort.
Houston making a switch here. Gordon's checked in. Chris, he's checked in for Golden State. D'Angelo Russell comes in for Curry. Now here's Rivers. 9 points last game out. And as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball here. Let's use this break for a quick look at the squads that really made it happen on the fast break last season. In third, the Warriors.
I mean, it's a crowd-pleasing style, right? I mean, this club just got out and ran at every possible chance.
Outside, Green. Eric Gordon on the wing. 6 to shoot. Back to Green. Lets the 3 fly. That doesn't go either for Green. Warriors leading by 3. A shot by Burks. Nobody around. And too long on the shot.
Not really necessary with nobody on you. I mean, why put yourself off balance on that shot when you're wide open?
And that one's good. Green.
Boy, you can't give Green these lanes. I mean, as soon as he sees a hole in the defense, he'll take advantage.
And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, for the last 5 years, the Golden State Warriors have been the colossus that stood over the NBA. There were thoughts that most teams were not willing to do things to be competitive, knowing that they could not beat the Splash Brothers, Draymond Green, and then Kevin Durant. But the Warriors lost to the Raptors in the finals last year, combined with the injuries to Durant and Klay Thompson, have opened things up. And for the first time in a long time, there are any number of teams in this league that believe it's their time.
Probably so. The West is strengthened. There's no doubt, DA. Interesting matchups coming up for sure. Thank you. Now here's Gordon after the miss from Klay Thompson. Now, when he came into the league, Eric Gordon was tagged as a shooter. Now he's been shooting more than ever.
And Gordon the last few seasons has been shooting, how about this, over 8 threes a game. His success rate with them has gone up and down over the years, but one thing is for sure, he always has the green light.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That one drops. He ties it up. Well, Eric Gordon is the kind of player that you absolutely do not go under on a screen. He'll pull up from deep.
Yeah, he's got great range, and you watch the former Hoosier shoot, and you see how much he uses his legs. Gordon's liable to take a shot from any distance in the gym. I mean, he's got that kind of range, and his form is very efficient, and his confidence is sky high.
That one is no good. Clark, if you were a coach on a team, what would you want to see from a guy by the end of his rookie season in the NBA?
You know, Kevin, I won't be specific because I think it's more general in my estimation. Owning his development, whatever that means, embracing how he's going to get better. If it's a particular area of the game, yes, but understanding the professionalism of work ethic and developing good habits and really owning that. That's what I would want to see.
And so it's Russell with it. He brings it up for the Warriors. They've led by as many as 11 points. Drills it from outside.
Yeah, you look at Russell, and one of the things I like most about his game is this guy has great vision and passing ability.
Green against Thompson. Green up on top. Gordon inside. Robinson on him, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
You know, early in his career, there were questions surrounding D'Angelo Russell's maturity, and understandably so. That's the case with most young players. But of late, in his case, his improvement as a player and his growth as a person is impressive.
And the Warriors making a change here. Green's checked in. He's perfect from the line this time. And beginning his career with the Lakers, coaches wanted Russell to take a more serious approach.
Yeah, you know what? I think his last year there, losing the trust of his teammates, probably woke him up a bit. Sometimes you got to go through the adversity to recognize what you need to change. It's not enough to just put up numbers. You've got to be a professional in how you go about your business, and plenty to like about where D'Angelo Russell is and where he's headed.
And there's the call on Austin Rivers. That is his first foul of the game. Russell inside. He's guarded by Rivers. Outside Robinson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Thompson for 3. Kept alive. Cauley-Stein. A beautiful reverse layup. Cauley-Stein's got his second basket of the night.
And with his vertical reach, you expect Cauley-Stein to be a factor on the offensive glass.
Russell against Rivers. Goes back up. Capella, the pass to Chandler. Over Russell. That one's in there. The Warrior lead is cut down to 1 on the bucket from Chandler. The Warriors shooting 40% from the field. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. And so it's Houston with it. Rivers against Russell. Rivers kicks to Gordon. From deep, Green. The shot will not fall. And it's the Warriors taking it the other way. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Minnesota, where they'll take on the Timberwolves. And that game will be game 2 of 3 straight on the road.
Cauley-Stein, a tremendous athlete and a dynamic finisher.
Here's Rivers. The Warriors making the shot. And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That's his first foul.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Yep, they'll be trying to draw that next foul quickly so they can start getting those easy chances at the stripe.
James Harden, he's checked in for Houston. Russell Westbrook comes in for Rivers. Outside Westbrook. They double him with Green. It's deflected. Gordon kicks to Westbrook. Just 5 to shoot. Takes the 3. Cauley-Stein grabs the board. And Clint Capella is going to pick up a foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Warriors leading by 3.
Watch Russell.
And here's Russell. Thompson outside. Fires from deep. That shot missing. And it's Houston the other way. Here's Westbrook. He drains the quick shot. Westbrook's got 8 points.
And it's the fearlessness of Westbrook. It's really refreshing to watch. When he's deep inside, he just goes right at you.
Russell finds Green, and the shot is good. And the Warriors lead by 3.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Now, here's Westbrook. He's got 8. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. And here comes the break. Throws it up high. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Here's Harden on the wing. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. They've led by as many as 11 points. To the middle. And Cauley Stein throws it down.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
And hammering down the two-hand slam.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Timeout called, the Rockets. Since taking over the starting role in 2018, Willie Cauley Stein has lived up to his draft spot of being number 6, Greg, overall in 2015.
And you knew that a big man like Cauley Stein would take a few years to develop, but at a legit 7 feet and great length, he is everything you could hope for in a starting center.
And the Rockets making a change here. Tucker's checked in. Russell against Westbrook. It's stolen by Green. And here we go with Thompson running it up the court. Good D by Harden.
Boy, this is bad. Tough to watch. I mean, this is really bad. He's stone cold this quarter. Man.
And a moment now to check out who the Warriors have coming up on their schedule. On Friday, they'll be playing the Timberwolves in Minnesota. And then on Saturday, they'll be matching up with Chris Paul and the Oklahoma City Thunder.
You know, some might look ahead at the schedule and start marking off how many wins they'll wind up with, but I think that's a trap. You can't take any nights off in the NBA, and you've got to stay in the moment.
Free throw good, Gordon.
Really appreciate the all-around game of Gordon. He's an underrated defender, but a dynamic scorer.
And he makes both free throws. And so it's Russell with it. He'll bring it up for the Warriors. 3-point lead. Now the pass to Green. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. They get Russell Westbrook.
When he keeps his emotions in check, Green is a fantastic leader on the court. He can run a little hot, but there's no doubting his drive, his willingness to do whatever it takes to win.
And he knocks down the first one. Curry's checked in for Glenn Robinson III. Both free throws good from Green. Rockets trail by 5. Harden with it. 23 points for him the last game against Memphis. Gordon finds Tucker. Outside Westbrook. Capella with it. 5 to shoot. Back to Westbrook. Fires for 3. A three-pointer is right on target. Westbrook's got 5 points now this quarter.
Whether he's attacking the basket or squaring up from long range, Westbrook is always dangerous.
One thing we've seen from these guys is excellent passing.
No doubt about it. It's fun to watch the way they're operating as a team right now. They are all in sync.
Now, here is Russell. Over to the left wing. Here's Cauley Stein. Here's Green. They shoot again. Westbrook with the block. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Westbrook. And the Warriors making a change here. Looney's checked in. Thompson from long range. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Green's got 3 assists in the game. Westbrook passes to Harden. Back to Westbrook. Make it 5 for 10 with him in that bucket.
Seems like he can't miss right now, guys. I mean, completely in the zone this quarter.
Warriors leading by 3. Curry way outside. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession. Here are the top distributors from last season. These guys always seem to find the open man. Russell Westbrook, number 1.
And it was the kind of season that he'd like to repeat over and over. Nobody was better at creating easy baskets for their teammates.
And he makes good on the layup. And it's now only a 1-point Warrior lead.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
A minute 20 left in the first half. The Warriors shooting is definitely lagging at the moment. They're just 30% in the second quarter. Curry with it. Westbrook picks him up. Curry kicks to Thompson. Good on the triple. Thompson's got a couple of three-pointers in the second for the Warriors.
That's number 2 for him from long range in the quarter, his 3rd overall.
Harden against Russell. And Harden with the stuff.
I think one of the things understated about Harden, he's a great athlete. I mean, he can rise and bounce. He's strong. He's quick. He can easily punch it on you when he gets to the rim.
And here are the Warriors now. The Rockets making the shot. Here's Curry with the 3. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there. Rockets trail by 4. Now here's Westbrook. 15 points in the game. We've got 28 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Shot number 12 goes in. He's made 7 of 12 now.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Curry against Westbrook. Now here's Curry. Not a lot of room. To the right side. Here's Russell. Good work defensively by Capella.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Warriors ahead, up by 2. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Draymond. Of course, not unusual to see you going up against bigger players. So how do you take advantage of that offensively?
I mean, you just got to take advantage of mismatches. You know, most of the time there's a big guy on me. If not, there's usually somebody trying to switch off. You know, I just got to know when to pop and just take advantage of the mismatches.
You've done just that in the first half. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It is a good game we have here after one half of play. Everybody, welcome back for our halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny Smith. Klay Thompson putting in some serious work for the team tonight. He ended up with 15 points, 2 assists, and 1 block. The first 2 quarters went very well for him. Taking a look at the Warriors, Kenny, what'd you think?
Well, so far they won the battle of assists. They played more patiently and very unselfish in the first half. Good shot selection and nice flow of offense.
Shaq, how'd you think the Rockets were playing?
Well, if you can't shoot the ball, you might want to stop chucking it up. They keep trying the 3, but it's not going down. They're relying too much on the 3 ball, way too much. It's good when it's falling for you, but when it's not, you have to try something else.
And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half, about to get underway.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Well, you look at Russell Westbrook in this game, he has been everywhere.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. And so it's Russell with it. He brings it up for the Golden State Warriors. They've led by as many as 11 points. Harden and Gordon are out on the wings. Tucker and Capella are up front. And it's Westbrook in at the point guard. They're the group for Mike D'Antoni starting the second half. The Rockets trail. Here's Gordon. Harden outside. Left side, Westbrook. That ties it up. Westbrook's got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for the Rockets.
So impressive, the fortitude, the will to battle back, but it did take a lot of energy to get here.
Yeah, you know, battling back is about staying the course, and their attitude never changed.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, D'Angelo Russell was traded from the Lakers and, in his words, was kicked on the way out. But he's become an all-star in Brooklyn. Russell said, "It's a heck of an accomplishment. That respect from your peers, your coaches, other teams, it's a great feeling." And Kevin, given how it started for him in L.A., many remain shocked by Russell's rapid ascent.
Coming into his own, you're right, David. Thank you. Count it. And that's now 17 points for Klay Thompson.
Yeah, once Thompson gets going, he is almost impossible to slow down. We're seeing that tonight. Their entire offense is revolving around him, and boy, is he coming through.
Now here's Harden. Curry with the steal. Outside, Russell. Pass to Cauley-Stein. Back to Russell. Just 4 to shoot. Pulls up on the wing. It's rebounded by Houston. Capella's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. One thing about Curry you have to admire, Greg, he never wants the spotlight to himself, even as a leader of his team. He always wants his teammates to shine as well.
You think back to when Klay was trying to break Curry's three-point record last season. Curry was not only cheering for him, but actively setting him up to make it happen. That camaraderie Curry shows is why his teammates love him.
And that drops, so they now lead by 1. Warriors have gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room with the break. Here's Cauley-Stein, and that one drops. Cauley-Stein's got 10 points in the game.
Yeah, Curry is so impressive. His peripheral vision is what makes him unique, in addition to his ball handling skills. He does a nice job setting up his teammates and knows how to get them the ball when they're open.
Now here's Westbrook. He's got 19. Now Harden, shot clock at 5 for 3. Gordon, good. It's Harden with the assist that time. 8 points for Eric Gordon.
Good quickness on the catch and shoot. Gordon giving the defense no time to react off the pass.
Golden State's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Curry passes to Russell. Curry is inside. He's covered by Westbrook. Looking to get back on track here. Count that one. He's got 15.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Now here's Westbrook. Pass to Gordon. From deep. Green with the rebound. Green's got 5 rebounds tonight. Passes it to Cauley-Stein. Trying to get open is Thompson. Draws contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Nice work inside by Cauley-Stein. Great tools as a finisher. A Sacramento King for his first 4 seasons. Willie Cauley-Stein was ready for a fresh start. They allowed him to leave, and he got his wish in Golden State. The athletic rim runner, a nice pickup for the Dubs.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Thabo Sefolosha has checked in for P.J. Tucker. Daniel House comes in for Gordon. And it's Austin Rivers in for James Harden.
One shot.
And Cauley-Stein has drawn comparisons to Tyson Chandler due to his length and athleticism. It's important he continues to get better.
Now here's Westbrook. 19 points in the game. There's the pass to Cephalosha. Banked in off the glass.
Yeah, good looking bounce pass to set up that one.
The Warriors leading. Burks looking around. Down low. Spellman. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. They get Stephen Curry.
Boy, Capella is a real force inside. I mean, when he gets this close, you pretty much have to foul.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Warriors?
Fantastic passing. We saw it in the first half, and it's carried over here in the second.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
That's good from Capella.
And, you know, you look at the way Clint Capella's offensive role has expanded the last few years. He's great in the pick and roll as an option at the top of the key, and he's actually seeing more and more touches as a finisher at the rim. The next step in his development being a back-to-the-basket scorer.
Chris, he's checked in for Golden State. Robinson comes in for Klay Thompson. He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line. And with Capella, Clark, the numbers don't lie. He is a big factor on offense now.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. I mean, his hands have gotten better. That's not something you can always see in a big guy, is improvement in his hands, but he's gotten better in catching and finishing. I love the way he moves and is always ready for the pass. He catches some tough stuff in traffic, and he gives you all of this at the offensive end with high-level defense, too.
Here's Capella. The Warriors making the shot. 5 on the clock. Here's House. Another miss by Houston.
And smothered him.
As a defender, he's going to just be a bothersome, worrisome guy, making you miserable all night. A hand in your face on every jumper.
Now here's Curry. He's got 15. Here's the teardrop.
This is the real strength of Capella's game now. Outstanding at using his length and athleticism to block shots.
And great hustle to turn that block shot into a fast break opportunity. Big-time play on both ends.
The Warriors have gone 6 of 10 from the field in the third quarter. Curry on the wing. And that one drops for him. Curry's got 17 now.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Lob pass to Capella. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
He's a high percentage scorer for a reason now. Capella, an alley-oop specialist.
The Warriors have gone 7 of 11, a lucky field goal percentage here in the third. Timeout called the Warriors. You know, at this point in his career, Austin Rivers has proven how deadly he can be as a weapon, Clark, off the bench.
Yeah, you know, Kevin, I like the energy that Rivers comes in with. I mean, he pushes the tempo and looks for his shot as well. And I think he can play either guard spot effectively.
Russell, he's checked in for the Warriors.
And let's take a look now at Russell Westbrook's numbers. Great showing for him last season. 1st in assists, 4th in steals, and he also finished the season in the top 10 in rebounding. It's just a terrific year on the glass.
And dropping a lot of dimes. He led the league in assists because he's the ultimate competitor, an absolute magician with the basketball.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Now here is Cephalosha. Westbrook drives in. Can't hit from in close. Warriors leading by 4. Curry with it. Picked up by Rivers. Russell kicks to Burks. Those three-pointers off the mark.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute then, because his shot making is not happening right now.
The free throw drops for Russell Westbrook.
And Russell Westbrook is as explosive a guard as we've seen in the history of the game. An incredibly gifted scorer who can also punch it on you.
Kevon Looney is checked in for Amari Spellman. And Russell Westbrook drops them both. Here's Curry. He's got 19. Launches a three. Drills it from outside. Curry's got 9 points now in just the second half.
And Kevin, that three ball of Curry, deadly. I mean, you feel like it's going in as soon as he lets it go, no matter where, at what angle, or how deep.
Now here's Westbrook. 21 points in the game. Pass to Cephalosha. Shot clock at 6. Here's Capella. And no good. Trying to use the glass.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
The three. The shot by Looney, no good.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Yeah, tit for tat on the glass. Just one more aspect of what's been a very closely contested ball game here.
And here is Curry. He's got 22. Pass to Looney. Outside Russell. Count it. Good. Russell's got 6.
Taking the hit and still getting it to go down. Russell showing you some nice toughness there.
Westbrook with it. He's got 23. Pass to Capella. He dishes it to Rivers. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, big time putback there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder.
And night in and night out, that's what he provides.
Russell, no good. Rockets trail by 3. Now here is Cephalosha. Here's Rivers. And it's Houston with another. And so Curry will bring it up for Golden State. It's up a 3. Here's Looney. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
And when he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
And you know, those second chance opportunities can be game changers. He represents so much value to this team because of what he does.
So it's the Rockets now, following the score by Golden State. Here's Rivers. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Nice D from Russell.
He's been ice cold tonight. And, you know, you look at the scoreboard, guys, they really could have used his contributions.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Houston's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Outside Westbrook. He feeds it to Capella. And it's Looney with the rebound. Looney's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. The Warriors have made 3 free throws so far. Haven't missed any. First one falls for him. Houston making some changes. Tyson Chandler, he's checked in for Clint Capella. P.J. Tucker comes in for Danuel House. And it's Green in for Thabo Sefolosha. The Warriors also with a sub. Green's checked in. That one misses.
And thinking back to when Gerald Green first came into the league, oozing with athleticism, but really not much else. Now he's a completely different and better player than when he first arrived.
And as amazing as Green was in his dunking as a younger player, he needed to grow as a player.
And the time he spent overseas, I think, really helped with his development and confidence. Came back to the NBA, and really since his return has been a great weapon off the bench for whichever team he's suited up for.
James Harden, he's checked in for Austin Rivers. The Warriors shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
And when you look at their numbers from a season ago, 80% as a unit, that's something you'll be happy with.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Stephen Curry.
And, you know, you see it every day, but it still doesn't make it any less impressive. The amount of skill that Steph Curry has on the floor, the shooting, the passing, the agility, he has it all.
Now here's Westbrook. 25 points in the game. Harden outside. Shot from the wing. Good. He hits the jump shot. Harden's got 10 points in the game.
Hey, you know, Harden's a high percentage shooter from mid-range. If you don't close fast on him, he'll burn you.
Westbrook kicks to Harden. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. Stolen by Harden. Inside. That one's in there. The Warrior lead is cut down to just 2 points in the bucket from Green.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
You could argue Curry is one of the most skilled players of all time.
The shooting alone puts him in the conversation, and very few can match up to just that. Guys like LeBron and Wilt dominate with their size and athleticism, but Curry is an all-time great because of his once-in-a-lifetime skill.
Now here's Chandler after the miss from Stephen Curry. And the jam by Harden.
Ferociousness from Harden, looking like he wants to tear the rim off.
There's 39 seconds left to play here in the third. Here's Curry with the 3. Rebounded by Tucker. Tucker's got 6 rebounds now in the game. He kicks it to Green. Now here's Tucker. He's guarded by Russell. Here's Green. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. And oh, here we go. Brooks got it. A fast break chance. Looney passes to Green. It's good. Green's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
Really nice job moving the ball around that time, picking apart that defense.
Misses the shot. It's been all about Stephen Curry for the Golden State Warriors. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Rockets trail on the court for Golden State here in the 4th. Russell and Thompson, the perimeter. Green down low with Looney. And it's Curry in at the point. Now here's Gordon. Harden draws the double. Down to 5 on the shot clock. A nice shot by Tucker.
And though lacking some height, Kevin, Tucker has the bounce, the reach, and the strength and attitude to do damage inside.
And so Curry will bring it up for the Warriors. Outside, Russell. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on James Harden.
Attacking on the drive, and that's going to give Russell some free throws this time.
And a 2019 All-Star appearance for D'Angelo Russell, the Nets' first representative in half a decade.
Yeah, and it's been his most efficient season yet. Remember now, he only played a year at The Ohio State University, so a young player, but he's really taken his game up a notch, scoring and playmaking at a high rate. That validation of being an all-star, terrific for Russell's confidence.
Lets it go, and there's Green on the assist by Thompson. Thompson's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Better to be lucky than good. Got that shot to fall.
Now here's Westbrook to the inside. Here's Chandler. Warriors with the rebound. Green's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. But they get it back.
And they get it back again. I mean, how many rebounds offensively have they had? Everything's going right for them today.
Harden, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. And it goes on Draymond Green.
And you got to know Harden's looking to get to the line. I mean, one of the best in the game at going right into the defender and drawing fouls.
And he makes the first. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Looney. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. We're just over a minute and a half now into the 4th. Westbrook against Curry. Outside, Russell. Back to Curry. Outside, Green. Now here's Cauley Stein. Defense is right there. That one falls. And the Warriors lead by 4.
Well, I think the more Russell looks to score from there, guys, the more dangerous he becomes.
The deep 3 from Harden. Another miss by Houston.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Well, that looked to me, guys, like a heat check and was maybe a step out of his range.
Just a grinder, always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass, and that's one of the things he brings to the table.
And Harden with the stuff.
Oh, that's straight TNT, baby. Explosive.
That was pretty, and he just has that effortless knack for getting inside.
Tell you what, you'd hate to be the guy having the responsibility of guarding him.
Here's Cauley Stein. The Rockets making the shot. Here's Curry. The pass to Green. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got assist number 5 here tonight.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Well, the defensive rotations, Greg, have been a step slow, and it's really helped them get that ball inside time after time.
Now a timeout called by Houston.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
And, you know, I think he's going to tell them simply, we have to show more fight on the interior. That's the top priority right now.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Mike D'Antoni was talking about with his team. He got on his guys about allowing too many paint points. He said, hey, we've got to be scrappier. We've got to be quicker to help, quicker to collapse the lane. You guys know what to do. Now you got to give me the effort. I want to see some nasty. Kevin?
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Here's Harden. Makes it off the glass. Harden's got 6 points in the quarter.
I don't know too many guys who have the skill and attacking mentality that Harden does. I mean, he's only got one thing on his mind, and that's scoring the basketball.
Now here's Green, and Cauley Stein throws it down.
You just throw it up there. Trill Will's going to take care of the rest.
It's Harden with the drive, and Harden with the stop.
A great assist. Nice work from Russell Westbrook.
Warriors leading by 6. Here's Curry with the 3. Here's Thompson. And it's Russell in the corner. 6 on the shot clock. Second chance shot. Tyson Chandler grabs the board. And here's Westbrook. He'll bring it up for the Houston Rockets. When this game is done, they'll be off to Chicago as they take on the Bulls. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for them.
When you're guarding Gordon, you've got to be careful. He excels at drawing fouls and playing through contact.
Free throw good. Gordon. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Houston. All free throws good from Eric Gordon. Now Curry. Outside Russell. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Cauley Stein. From deep three-point range, they get it again. And Green gets it to go. Green's got 8 points in the quarter.
Now that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up.
Here's Westbrook, and Tucker has it in the corner. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got his 4th assist in this one. Here's Russell. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
It's really been a tale of 2 halves, hasn't it, guys? As far as taking care of the basketball, immaculate at halftime, but he's had too many miscues here in the second half.
Rivers, he's checked in for Houston. Harden outside, fires the 3, connects from three-point range. And now just a 1-point Warrior lead. Timeout called the Warriors.
And what a journey it's been for Austin Rivers since being drafted 10th overall back in 2012. Looked like he might not have what it takes to be an NBA player early, but he persevered and is now an integral part of this group.
Cauley Stein with it, and guarded by Capella. And Russell with the basket on the assist by Green. Green's got 5 assists in the game. And with Rivers, he's never given up on himself and continued to add to his game. Even, Greg, as he's gone from team to team.
You know, he's shown that he can function as either the point or off guard and still give great production from either spot. And as he grows older, you could see him being a top-level 6th man for the rest of his career.
Curry can't get it to go.
And maybe, you know, he thinks he can shoot himself out of the cold spell, but I don't think that's the case. Maybe somebody want to tell him to ease up off the threes.
There is just no way to tell who is going to pull this one out.
When you've had this many lead changes, you're looking to see which one of those plays is going to be a momentum swinger.
Russell from long range. It's not going to go for him. And Houston the other way now. Guys, they've been getting it done.
They came out with a mission, and they have been tough to stop.
And you know, Kevin, Harden's ball handling is absolutely off the chain insane. I mean, easily carving up the defense. Superb control. Got it on the string.
Now here's Curry. There's the triple. Russell no luck. Rockets on offense. They're on a 17-6 run. He lobs up the alley-oop pass.
Oh, and just a soft touch on both ends of that pretty alley-oop.
I got to say, when he threw the pass, I didn't know where it was going.
Neither did the defense.
Here's Curry. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And they double up Russell. Gets the bucket and the foul. It's going to be on James Harden.
Yeah, and the defense allowing some room here on the inside in the second half, and they're taking advantage. A lot of their points coming from in the paint.
And let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for the Rockets.
Fellas, it's impossible to ignore what a good job they've done at the free throw line throughout the game.
Yeah, but also give them credit for the layups they've had tonight after strong drives to the basket.
The free throw drops for Curry.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second despite being down.
That's exactly when you need to be aggressive, Greg. You know that. I mean, another good job, though, of drawing contact and getting to the free throw line.
To the paint, here's Tucker, and the refs are going to rule that unnecessary contact. It's a flagrant one foul.
Boy, a very hard foul that time, and the officials had to slap him with the flagrant. I mean, you can't let him get away with that kind of contact.
Yeah, gee, that's an easy call for the officials to make when there's that much contact. The league is really cracking down on those sort of plays. That's good from Tucker. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. Here is Harden. Pass to Rivers. The shot. Tough break there. Shot after shot. They couldn't get anything to fall.
And, you know, even though they're on top, they're winning. I mean, they could use more from him. Trying to shut the door on this one.
Here's Capella. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse.
Boy, he's a powerful presence with great length. Capella can make things happen inside for sure.
Russell kicks to Thompson. Over Gordon. And the Warriors miss again. Houston leading by 5. Tucker finds Rivers. Stolen by Thompson. And now it's Green running. He can go all the way. And it's Green with the jam.
And the offense has just operated really smoothly here in the open floor.
Yeah, and for them to reduce the lead, they should keep the pace brisk. I mean, that's how they've generated the highest quality shots.
Now, here is Harden. Feeds it to Capella. And he banks in the layup. Capella's got the lead up to 5 now for the Rockets.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
And it's Curry with the ball, bringing it up for the Warriors. And here is Cauley Stein. And there's Stephen Curry on the assist from Cauley Stein. 30 points for Steph Curry.
He's starting to heat up from outside. That's his second this half.
Rivers dishes to Harden. And the jam by Harden.
This is not unfamiliar territory for Harden. He is used to being the go-to guy, especially when his team needs a big hoop.
Warriors trail by 4. Outside, Russell lets it go from deep. Another 3 for Golden State.
They didn't get a chance to knock one down in the first, but the defense left him a look, and he nailed it. He'll make them pay when he's open.
Now a timeout called by Houston.
They've been committing a lot of turnovers, and I imagine that's exactly what they're talking about right now. They need to tighten it up.
And with his game closing in on the final buzzer, let's take a look at our Jordan Player of the Game.
He's put on a shooting exhibition for us here tonight. He's missed a couple along the way, but it sure seems like everything's
been falling for him. The only way to keep him from converting is to keep the ball out of his hands.
Houston's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Harden against Russell. Harden kicks to Gordon. Passes it to Rivers. Curry with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Curry's got it to take the lead. Eric Gordon with the rebound. Houston in the lead. It's Harden with the drive. Bucket is good. Harden's got 29.
Superb body control from Harden. When he's driving inside, the defense doesn't really have much they can do to stop him.
The Warriors shooting it well here in the fourth quarter, 50%. Curry against Rivers. And Capella sends it back. Cauley Stein's shot is good. 1:56 left in the game. The Rockets shooting at 51%. Really solid. It's Rivers on the wing. Curry brings the double. Rivers finds Capella. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. That one on Thompson.
You know, he was born in Switzerland, guys. Clint Capella's had quite the journey to NBA stardom. I mean, started his pro career in France, and he was a late first-round pick in 2014.
He's able to hit the second one, and that will put them up by 2.
Well, I mean, a semi-productive trip to the free throw line, but we'll see whether or not it costs him.
Up top, Curry. Out to Russell to take the lead. The Rockets pull it in. There's 1:26 left in the fourth quarter. Rivers passes to Gordon. And he's good on the 3-ball. And the Rockets lead by 5.
And Gordon has the confidence of his teammates, Kevin. A prime-time scorer who lives for situations just like these.
Inside, here's Thompson, and Capella sends it back. And it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here. Here's Russell, and the slam dunk by Russell.
And now just having some fun. Russell, you know he likes the big moment. Great confidence and great results.
Now here's Harden. Left side, Gordon. Kicks to Tucker. Back to Gordon. Off target from 3-point range. The Warriors shooting reasonably well, 45%. Thompson from long range. No good on the shot. And Houston the other way now. Harden right side. Here's Tucker. Not happening there. 5 misses now and 13 shots from the floor.
Can't afford any wasted possessions down the stretch.
The defense needs to be just as sharp, but it's not over yet.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
That's a good foul, though. I like that. I mean, clock management crucial at this time of the game.
And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaker. And he does get the second one. And that gives them a 4-point cushion. Timeout called the Warriors. They're trailing by 4. There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Yeah, trying to get back in this thing, they need a score.
Yeah, and they need it hiccup fast. I mean, they'll be drawing up a quick hitter in the huddle here, no doubt.
Thompson for the triple. 19 seconds left in the fourth.
And every miss finds its way to his hands. Well, what an impressive performance.
Tell you what, those are crazy numbers, guys. I mean, believe me, I was a good rebounder in my day. It is not easy to corral that many boards in one night.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
And that will add to a healthy lead after that trip to the free throw line.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. They trail by 6. 16 seconds left to play in the final quarter. What's your take, guys?
There's still a sliver of hope.
Yeah, but they've got to score and then foul immediately.
16 seconds left in the fourth. Here's Curry. And it's Rivers with the rebound. And that's an intentional foul. It's the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's an 8-point game. Here's Poole from deep. The shot misses. So Houston wins it. A confident win, and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. I think they built off that edge of being here and playing with just a little more confidence than their opponent.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, James. Congrats on the win. What got it done for you at the end tonight?
Just being aggressive. I told my guys on the court that we had to make a run. It had to be a good one. Defensively, we did a pretty good job down the stretch. We got some shots to fall and came with the victory.
Great play tonight, James. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long and good night, everyone.